Hi, everyone, and welcome back to The Deep Dive.
Hey there. Good to be back.
So you ever have that thought pop into your head like, wow, why on earth didn't they teach us this in school?
Oh, constantly. Yeah. It's such a common feeling, isn't it?
Totally. And that's exactly what we're digging into today, those really crucial bits of real-world knowledge, the stuff that somehow seems to get, missed in the usual school curriculum.
It really is a widespread thing. We spend years learning algebra, history, science, which is all valuable, of course.
Sure, absolutely.
But then you step out into adult life and suddenly face things like taxes or budgeting or investing, and it feels like, whoa, hang on, where was that class?
Exactly. Like, I think I can still just about remember something about mitochondria.
Right, the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah, but like understanding my credit report or how to actually start saving seriously, that feels like a whole different missing textbook. And look, if you feel that way, you're definitely not alone. Millions of us do. So our mission today, basically, is to unpack some of those key skills schools often skip.
Okay.
And maybe more importantly, point you towards how you can start learning them, like right now.
And just to be super clear, we're not knocking traditional education here. Not at all.
No, definitely not.
That foundation, the critical thinking you hopefully start developing, it's vital. But we also need to acknowledge it might not be the complete picture for, day-to-day adulting.
That's a great way to put it. It's like school gives you the blueprint, maybe pours the foundation.
Yeah.
But then you need to figure out the wiring and the plumbing yourself to actually live comfortably in the house.
Exactly. And when you look at the practical stuff, like personal finance, the numbers are pretty, staggering.
Yeah, I saw that CNBC report from 2023.
The one saying nearly 70% of American adults said they never got taught personal finance in school.
70%. Things like basic saving, budgeting, how investing works.
Yeah, the absolute fundamentals.
These are things everyone needs, right? Doesn't matter what job you have or where you come from.
It really shows a significant gap, doesn't it, between the academic focus and the practical skills needed just to navigate your financial life effectively. These aren't advanced Wall Street secrets. It's basic financial well-being.
Right. So, okay, let's dive into some of these super important skills that often get overlooked. But the good news is you absolutely can learn them. Let's kick things off with the big one, managing money.
Okay.
It's kind of wild when you think about it. We might learn economic theory, maybe supply and demand.
Sure, abstract concepts.
But the real nitty-gritty, like how credit cards actually work, the interest, the fees, or the sheer power of compound interest, it often doesn't get taught in a way that sticks.
And the thing is, not learning that early on can have, really significant long-term effects. Understanding basic budgeting, for instance, isn't just about, tracking pennies.
Right.
It's about control. It's about making choices consciously and compound interest. Just grasping how saving even small amounts consistently early on can explode over time. Yeah. That's huge.
It really is mind-blowing when you see the numbers.
Yeah.
Just getting a handle on where your money goes each month through simple budgeting can be so empowering, like a light bulb moment.
Definitely.
And if you're listening and thinking, okay, great, but where do I start? There's actually tons of good stuff out there now.
Yeah, thankfully.
Apps like you need a budget. People call it YNB. They're really good for beginners, super user-friendly.
I've heard good things.
And then books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad,
Right.
Robert Kiyosaki, right.
Yeah.
It gets people talking, but it definitely introduces some different ways to think about money, assets, liabilities.
Yeah, it can be a good starting point for shifting perspective. And those examples show that learning this doesn't have to be some formal, boring course.
Exactly. The info is out there.
You just need the motivation to seek it out and use the tools available.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Another massive skill, how to actually think, not just, memorize stuff for a test.
Ah, yes. The classic rote memorization trap.
Right. School often feels like, remember these dates, these formulas, spit them back out on the exam, and then maybe forget them.
Whereas out here in the real world, what people actually value is problem solving. Thinking critically. Can you look at information, analyze it, and come up with a reasoned judgment?
That's the key, isn't it? It kind of makes you question what the ultimate goal of education should be. Knowing stuff is good.
Sure, a knowledge base is necessary.
But being able to use that knowledge to analyze, compare different views, figure out what's actually going on, that feels way more important for navigating life today.
It really does. It's about moving beyond just recall.
So here's a really simple exercise, but it's surprisingly powerful for building that critical thinking muscle.
Okay, let's hear it.
Next time you read an article, see something online,
Yeah.
hear someone make a claim, whatever it is, just pause and ask yourself two simple questions. Why? Like, why is this supposedly true? And second, what's the actual evidence for this?
Just those two?
Yeah.
Why? And where's the proof?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds almost too simple, right? But making that a habit, constantly questioning, looking for the support behind claims really changes how you see things.
It does. It shifts you from just passively absorbing information to actively engaging with it. That's fundamental for, thinking for yourself.
Okay, next up, something that impacts everything.
Yeah.
Building confidence and learning how to speak up.
Oh, this is a huge one.
Yeah. You could be the smartest person in the room, have the best ideas. But if you can't articulate them, if you feel too hesitant to share,
They might just stay locked inside your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ability to express yourself clearly, confidently, whether it's in a team meeting, asking for a raise, or even just in personal conversations, it's critical.
it really is. Think about it. Good communication is the foundation for so much. Collaboration, leadership.
Even just healthy relationships, really. Being able to say what you think and feel in a constructive way.
Exactly. And the good news here is confidence isn't something you're just born with or without. It's like a muscle.
Okay, I like that analogy.
You got to work it out. Practice helps enormously. Try it like talking through your points in front of a mirror. Sounds weird, maybe,
A little awkward at first, yeah.
but it works. Or record yourself speaking. You'll notice things about your tone, your pace. And think about joining a group like Toastmasters. They create a really safe space to practice public speaking.
Right, get feedback in a supportive setting.
The more you deliberately practice putting your voice out there, even in small ways, the stronger that confidence muscle gets.
That's spot on. It demystifies confidence. It's not magic. It's a skill developed through practice, through pushing your comfort zone just a little bit, again and again.
Okay, final skill for this section, and it's a big one too. Handling your emotions and dealing with stress.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Or the lack thereof in formal curricula.
Right. Schools schedule hours and hours for math, science, literature. But where's the class on managing disappointment? Or coping with anxiety? Or just handling the everyday stress that life throws at you?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because everyone experiences emotions, difficult ones included. It's a universal human thing.
Totally universal.
Yet explicit training on how to understand those feelings, how to manage them constructively, it's often completely absent from the timetable.
And it's so important for people listening to hear feeling overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, sad. It's normal. You are absolutely not alone in that.
Normalize the experience.
And there are simple, practical things you can do. Seriously. Things like taking a few deep breaths when you feel overwhelmed. It sounds cliche.
But the physiological effect is real. It can calm your nervous system.
Yeah. Or try journaling, just writing down your thoughts and feelings, getting them out of your head, talking to a friend you trust, someone in your family.
Simple coping mechanisms, but effective.
And let's be really clear. Looking after your mental health, learning how to cope with emotions, that's not weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. It's smart.
Absolutely. Reframing it that way is crucial. Developing emotional literacy is just as important as developing intellectual or physical skills. It's about navigating your inner world effectively.
So, okay, we've talked about some of these big gaps. Money, thinking, confidence, emotions. Now let's touch on the why. Like, why do these fundamental skills often get left out of school?
Well, if you look at the history, the way modern schooling is structured, a lot of it traces back to the Industrial Revolution.
Right, preparing people for factory work.
Exactly. The goal often was to create a workforce that was punctual, followed instructions reliably, and could perform specific, often repetitive tasks within a larger system. Standardization was key.
That makes sense. The focus was on compliance and fitting into the system.
Yeah.
But obviously the world today is, well, completely different.
Radically different. It's faster. It's digital. It demands creativity, adaptability, complex problem solving, skills that go way beyond just showing up on time and following orders.
Yeah, those life skills we've been talking about, financial literacy, critical thinking, communication, emotional resilience, they're not just nice to haves anymore. They're essential for actually thriving in the 21st century.
And maybe part of the reason they're less emphasized in school is because they're harder to standardize and test in traditional ways compared to, say, math problems or history dates.
That could be part of it, yeah. So we've identified the gaps. We've talked a bit about the historical context. Now, the crucial part, what can you, listening right now, actually do about it, starting today?
Yes, the actionable steps, empowering people to take control.
This is about shifting from feeling like education just happened to you to actively choosing to learn what you need, right?
Precisely. It's an ongoing process that you direct.
Okay, action step 1. Be proactive about finding resources. There are so many amazing podcasts, YouTube channels, websites out there now dedicated to teaching exactly these kinds of practical skills.
The barrier to entry for learning is lower than ever before.
Totally. I mean, hey, you're listening to one right now. But seriously, check out creators like Ali Abdaal for productivity and learning, Thomas Frank for study tips and personal growth, finance shows like How to Money. There's tons of great stuff.
The internet has just opened up this vast library of practical knowledge, much of it free.
Okay, step 2. Start super small, like ridiculously small. Pick a tiny habit.
Love this. Tiny habits.
Yeah, don't try to become a financial guru or a master communicator overnight. It's overwhelming. Instead, commit to something tiny but consistent. Maybe save just $1 a day.
Okay, manageable.
Or spend just 5 minutes journaling your thoughts. The key is consistency. Small bricks, laid regularly, build a big wall over time.
It makes it sustainable, right? It's not intimidating, so you're more likely to stick with it and build momentum.
Exactly. And step 3, make asking questions a daily habit. Keep that childlike curiosity alive.
Don't lose the why.
Yeah. When you encounter something new, something you don't quite get, just ask why. Dig a little, read another article, ask someone. This constant questioning keeps your brain active and fuels lifelong learning.
That curiosity is the engine of growth, really. Staying open, wanting to understand more deeply.
So look, the next time you have that thought, why didn't school teach me this?
Right.
Remember this conversation. Remember that even if school missed some things,
And it inevitably does. No system is perfect.
you have the resources now.
Yeah.
You have the internet, you have your own curiosity, and most importantly, you have the ability to decide what you want to learn and go learn it.
That sense of agency is key.
You don't need permission to grow. You don't need a diploma for learning life skills. You just need to, well, start.
And recognizing that education is a lifelong journey, not something that stops when you leave a classroom, is incredibly empowering.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for diving deep with us on this one today.
My pleasure. It's an important topic.
And if anything we talked about clicked with you, made you think, maybe it made you nod along or even smile, please do share this deep dive with a friend. Maybe someone else who's wondered the same things.
Yeah, sharing these ideas helps everyone grow.
And just a little teaser for our next deep dive. We're going to get into the really fascinating science behind your emotions. We'll look at what's actually happening in your brain and explore some surprising but practical ways you can understand and manage them better. Think it like a bit of healthy brain hacking.
Ooh, sounds intriguing. Looking forward to that.
Definitely don't miss it. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning.